Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. I can't stand it. Out of order way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me. The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. Only one logical thing to do. Don't trip by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip by the dip. Get my chips and dip. Huddle coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market look embarrassed by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. Sour cream and onion dip. Scoop it with some ruffle chips. Sink 'em like Titanic ship. Bartender, here's a tip. Crypto face is the truth. He can even show you proof. This is market cipher school. Rory made you say, ooh, wish I had one too. Making plays on Tradingview. Waiting on a blue triangle. I just call it Blue's Clue. Portfolio diversified. Keep my balance classified. Scared to look, you terrified. But when you did, you almost died. All good before you went to sleep. Woke up to a surprise. Couldn't believe your eyes. Where the hell did your money go? You like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Bitcoin dumping in my sleep. Woke up to a market sweep. That's the reason I don't sleep. Keep my eyes on the prize. Bought some Hex and Cardano. Fear of missing out. FOMO, that's a no-no. Yeah, I know, bro, but I still do the shit. I'm just trying to hit a lick, so I think I just might buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Huddle coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market look embarrassed. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. The market crashed on me, but it's not my ass, homie. Time to rise up out the flames like a motherfucking phoenix, flying high in the sky, and I motherfucking mean it. Put it all on the house, I can't help it cause I'm greedy. Got a family, gotta feed it. All my followers, man, they need me. We can all get rich together, talk about financial freedom. BTC, ETH, XRP, that's a threesome. Three-way. Blockchain tokens got your boy really eating. Cryptocurrency is a gift from God. All praises to the Most High. Help me beat the odds, playing smart so I don't get wrecked like you pencil next. Way a crew, call me Spider-Man, the way I spider line. Until we position, then I exit trades right on time. Might tell you a secret, but I'll never drop a dime. Favorite pastime, sitting back, watching candles climb. If they go the other way, keep calm and don't trip. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Make sure all systems go, there we go. And yeah, let's get it. Happy, today is Tuesday. Let's get it. VTXP, that is it man. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, VTXP. So, interesting things last night, Trump doing some action talking about how he wants inflation to go down to 1%, less than 1%, which means no one would have jobs, as that is like insane rate. I mean, you'd have to keep rates higher for longer. I don't know, it's mixed signals, because you'd have to keep rates higher for longer so that it goes down. I don't know what. Then we also have them not expecting a rate cut. Now, we spoke about that already. Put this a little bit higher. We spoke about that already. I don't know if I spoke about it on YouTube, but I did speak about it in the webinar. I remember about rate cuts, right? And that's our threat. If we do not cut rates essentially for December, then obviously it's going to be a little bit more bearish. You will see some Dixie strength come back, which we've been seeing, right? So looking at gold here, which is our first pair of the day, we'll have flick through the calendar. Today's going to be Tuesday, pretty clean. We have a bit of FOMC members speak at 8 p.m. No problems there. Yeah, clean. The big one's going to be Thursday. We have NFP this Thursday here. NFP this Thursday. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see what goes on with that, with us having NFP on Thursday. So yeah, they're expecting numbers to come up a little from 22k to 58k. They're expecting unemployment rate to stay the same. Unemployment claims, they have no forecast just yet. So this is all going to be super important here on Thursday. So market's going to be looking at what to do for Thursday. Remember, we have delayed 6 weeks of news, right? We have not had news for 6 weeks because of what? Because of government shutdown. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens during that time. And, you know, get some figures out. You know, figures are going to be important. And then we see what happens with that. So Friday, we have what type of news we have? We have PMIs, but yeah, so NFP Thursday. It's normally every Friday, first Friday of every single month. So first time we see it on Thursday in a while. So looking at the charts here, we obviously had a massive move here pretty much before market open here. To be honest, only like an hour before market open. So dump down here, heavy candle. We created some sort of, and then Asian continued down, and Asian now is at target, right? So if we're looking at daily candles here, we're closing bearish on daily candles, obviously still respecting this zone. Now, if you guys remember the webinar, we are now dipping into this zone. So we need to remain below my DS here to be able to hold that downside pressure. If we pop above DS here, we could see some more upside on higher time frame. When we investigate the 4 hour, it starts to make sense, that level here, if we start to see 4 hour candles leaving. Right now, we're stuck at this big 4 hour block here. So we can put this 4 hour support right here, as this is the, you know, beginning of our block here. Put it something like that. So this is where we are, you know, stuck at the moment. We could bounce from here. We could push through it. It's an unknown at this spot here. It sounds a bit crazy, but this could end up being a major support here. So I could even consider counter bias moves today because we are at a double support, right? We're seeing 1, 2, 3 rejection wicks. So we're seeing some signs of reversal. 1 hour is still in a downtrend, so there's no signs just yet. We would probably, I expect in 3 minutes for this 1 hour to close bearish. I'll be surprised to see it flip. And if it does flip, then I can, you know, that would be a whole different story. It'd look more bullish, obviously. But if it does remain bearish, then buys are most likely going to be above the 19 level here. Just going to investigate. Yeah, that's also a 30-minute there, and 15 minutes a little bit higher. So let's go and mark that 19 level there. And I do assume this will become our 1-hour resistance. So let's also investigate the 15-minute time frame, see what we're doing on 15. If I was extremely bullish, I could look for a buy above 15 to get to 19. But with mixed session bias, I'm not mixed, bearish session bias, it makes it a little bit difficult. Unless I saw a liquidity grab down and then something like that, not sure at the moment. Now the sells are even more difficult because selling in this zone is going to be extremely difficult. It's going to be extremely difficult to sell in this zone right at this support. We want to kind of be below it. And when we investigate below it, we can see we have a nice candle here to fill. Right? We have a beautiful candle here to fill, which could be where our sells come below down here. Selling to it, it's a lot of rejections, man. I don't trust it. Last time we had a close below, it failed. Went for a really deep retrace. But what I can do is I can look to sell to it, which could be a little bit fun, especially if we do a fake out somewhere here at 14, and then we can sell to it. So I want to see if I can be more on the pullback side. Pullback trades seem to be safer. So if we can retest maybe the 1 hour, and then we can get sells from the 1 hour. If we get above the 1 hour, we can consider some sort of buys and play it like that. If price just ranges in here, then it's not going to be too interesting for us, and we leave it at that. So similar move we've had across all markets here. When we move on to DAX here, you'll see we had a similar dump here. Over what time was this dump? This was actually in Asian early this morning. This is a lovely setup, one, man. What a setup, man. Perfect close below. Next candle, top wick, fill the wick, and freaking continue like no tomorrow. Those are beautiful moves. Can't really, you know, love to see those, you know. Would be nice if we had that in London. Would have been a clean move below daily support. But regardless, looking at daily, obviously it closed bearish yesterday. And this is the first time we're trying to leave the second half of the range since June, man. So June to November, we have not really breached and left this zone as much as we have today already. So it's the first time we're leaving this zone. We're pretty due for a pullback at some point, at least a pause candle like this before more downside. Until we kind of leave these zones, you know, this could be, the thing is, if we remain in this range and we come back here and started to create changes of structure, this could be like a higher time frame zone where we just buy back up to the mid range at least, maybe before a lower high. So we have to see what fundamentals and stuff are doing, obviously. But for the time being, obviously with daily closing bearish, 4 hour time frame closing bearish, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles back to back bearish, which is pretty extravagant. Last time we had that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we had a reversal, and then we haven't really done that before. How much was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we're on the upper end of it. We're on the upper end of it. Believe Antonio took a sell on DAX. Yeah, we were together on Zoom when he did it. This was the plan from London. I think he closed out though. Not sure if he left a runner. But yes, he did take it. So what is the plan here? 4 hour time frame bearish, daily bearish. We have bearish buys, but we're stuck at this 4 hour support here. We're stuck at this 4 hour support. So we need to get below it. We've already tapped it. Same story we have on gold at 4 hour support. So I wonder if London is going to do a bit of bounce here, or if we're just going to continue down and just melt. If today's going to be a melting day, it's going to be pretty good, because with a melting day, we'll be able to just push through everything. It's going to be pretty straightforward, to be honest, with a day when we melt. We can just use the volume to our advantage. Let me just check this. Wow, that's a tough zone. So this could be a problem there. So if we just melt today, then it's going to be pretty straightforward. If we don't melt today and we do a little bit of complex action here, that's where it can be a little bit more difficult. A close below here can open the door to fill this wick here. It does become a little bit risky to try fill the wick immediately because 1 hour has no pullbacks. 30-minute as well is, you know, tap target. So we're selling at target. So this would be extremely interesting to see how we close here, which we've already closed, but we have to wait a little bit here, 12 minutes. But let's just see. Let's see if we can get below 4 hours support. I would be pretty interested to see if we want to continue, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But I'm also thinking, can I use 4 hour support as like a pullback, and then we pull back and then I sell a setup 2 as well? Yeah, there's a few options. Let's see if today is just a day where we absolutely just dump. You know, is it a day where we absolutely just dump? Because it's looking pretty heavy candle this, right? And if it's going to be a day where we just continue, any small pullback on a 5 minute is going to be opportunity to get in. So that's how I'm going to treat it. I'm going to look for a 5 minute pullback or something and then try to capitalize off that. Let's have a look here at GBP JPY, just so I can see it. It's a nice daily close if I'm being honest, but 4 hours a bit fallen asleep. Yeah, those are some tough ranges. Yeah, so we can see GJ doesn't have the best ranges. So yeah, that's it. That's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Everything is clear. You know the drill. If you're just showing up, do the YouTube business. Would appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream. And let's get this day started, man. Let's get this day started. Have a look at a bit of the plans here. I think GJ is hard to trade. Yeah, you even plan counter trend. I like that, man. I like that some of you guys already planned counter trend. Here we go, 1 hour counter trend. So this is nice. I like that you guys planned some counter trend here. What time was this? 10:51. Yeah. Very good, very good. Yesterday US 30 trade was a mess. It was a mess, but we still made profit, right? We still hit TP. That was nice, you know? I mean, it's a shame. We come back to New York and then, you know, now we're back in win streak in New York, which is nice to see. I need to add these links. It's giving me OCD. 27, 28, 31. Let me add a few links because it's giving me OCD. Don't have OCD, but I just like the links. I haven't put the links for a while, huh? 12. Sometimes slow approaching the end of the year. Not really. Depends on how it is, but I would say December sometimes is where it gets slow, second half. But last year Q4 was not bad. It was not bad at all. Alright, updated. Whoa, what happened here? Anyone know how to fix this format? Why is these cells weird? Formatted weird. What do you mean undo? No, still. Who's a wizard and knows how to fix this? I'll figure it out later. Bro, it's really hard for me to trade DAX. It has 3 pips spread on my funded account. Yeah, then just stick to something that doesn't have 3 pips spread on your funded account, or get a better funded account. They shouldn't have that much. I mean, two pips is manageable. Anything above that, I think it's a little bit too much. They're just playing games. What funded account has 3 pips spread on DAX? Most firms have 3 pips on DAX? No, I doubt FTMO has 3 pips on DAX. 2.5, yeah, it's fine. Is it possible to buy gold reversal? It may be possible, yeah. Let's just see. It needs to show us, though. It needs to show us. It needs to come back, start to create some sort of support, right? We need to see that. We need to see that happen. What's the name of the song in the background? East Coast Mo Life. Like this. Oh shit, I wrote in caps. My bad. I'm not shouting. 1.7 pips on 5. Yeah, 1.7 pips is standard. No top wick here on this 1 hour candle. Let's see on broker if we have that top wick or not. Show it to me, please. Yeah, we do have it on broker. So broker has a top wick here, so we don't really need to worry about that. 4 minutes for this candle to close. Will we get a simple setup 1 today? We have enough room here. Let's see. Also same 4 minutes for this 5 minute candle to close. We have 5 minute structure here. Yeah, this would work in my books, you know. Imagine this as a breakout to upside. You see? So as long as today just breaks out, and we get that continuation of movement, should be good. If today wants to fake out, we can be slightly aggressive, but my point is to get back to this 4-hour support, which I don't think is a 4. I think it's a... Oh, no, it is the 4-hour, yeah. Now we're breaking 4-hour low. Let's see. Fear big heavy candles mostly are fake outs. Yeah, if you see like a big heavy candle like this, you know, you don't really want to be selling after a big heavy candle like that. You don't really want to be selling after a big candle like this. But these are fine. These type of candles are fine. I'd say this candle is a little bit more risky. Why did you choose that 4-hour instead of the lower one? Because it's closer, right? Whatever is closer is what I want to mark. We need to watch this 4,000. I think we can tap the 4,000 possibly today. 401 also weekly support on gold. Same as that 4-hour. I think that'll be an important zone for us. Question is, do I trust a wick fill right now? Do I trust a wick fill? Isn't this one better to mark? We already tapped it, so I'm not too worried about it since we tapped it. I want to trade into a zone that's fresh. There's a 30-minute we have. Let's have a look. This previous one. Did we react off the previous one? Let's have a look. Yeah, we did tap from that previous level. Looks like it might close above here, so it might just disregard everything. P30. Let's see what happens. 5-minute might actually flip bullish at the end. Damn, Quincy is a beast, man. You noticed that, huh? It is the OG. It is the OG. If DAX closes, could be a good zone for setup 6. No, because we have this level here. Without this level, yeah, but since we have this level here, we don't want it to break structure. So you just look for a simple like setup 2, change of structure, something like that. Yeah, so gold closing above here, so nothing yet, we rejected on gold. So anyways, closes keeping us safe, which is nice as always. We can't hear you. It seems like 290 people can hear me, and you're the one person that can't. So I don't know what's going on with you. Are you watching on mobile or on PC? Let me see. If he replies. I'm asking him. I trade London session due to my schedule in November. I got 2 trades, one hit BE and one hit TP. Now I think I maybe less time to play out my idea. What do you think? Not sure what you mean. you just missed your entry point at 401. What if I told you some magic and actually told you that price never reached 401? So how would I miss my entry points if price never went there? So, would you trade NAS during London? I would. We have Alex trading it, saying it's looking good. So I think it's pretty good. So yeah, I didn't miss my entry. It's also not my plan to enter at 401, but it didn't even reach there anyways. So it's like, man, you know, I've seen it all in this industry. I've seen people flexing that they're buying at the bottom of wicks here, selling right at the top of wicks. I've seen, but now this is something new. Now we've reached a new level, and the new level we've reached is now you can buy where price has not even reached, right? So he's not flexing. He's not even flexing that price has reached 404. He's saying I bought at 401. I'm in extra orders. Look at my sniper entry. My sniper entry is so sniper that you can't even see the wick reach there. It's like shit. Levels to this game, man. Sometimes, you know, you wonder, you know, there's levels to this game. You know, he might just be the best trader in the world. He might just be the best trader. I mean, it's impossible. It's called banana soup entry. Okay, soup. So let's see if DAX wants to close below here. Could be interesting for continuation plays. Let's just see what we're dealing with here on the 15 towards the left. So we have this long wick to fill. Let's investigate it a bit. This could be an issue. See, this is sneaky, this one here. Some people will not notice this and then suddenly we react. So I'm glad I checked it, otherwise I could be cooked here. Because that wick looks nice to fill. Looks like a good wick to fill, but then we have this zone here. But then there's like that fat 5-minute support sitting there. Ooh. And we were pretty close to tapping it. But at least we have room. So if we close below here, we have room to fill this wick. And then when we tap this, we might have headaches, but we'll be in profit by then. That is the goal. Today, volume seems low. I mean, we're just getting into London session. We had a very heavy move before. I don't think volume is low. I just think we need to pick a direction. Once price is able to pick a direction, we should see it continue. You know, we have had a massive move overnight here. I mean, since yesterday we were up, we've moved around 600 pips. Definitely can move more, but we have to just see. In my country, we pay 0 tax for trading. What about in Dubai? Yeah, we have the same. We don't pay for tax in Dubai, exactly. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm too aggressive on B because price kicks me up B, then hits TP. So I want to ask how I need to see your trades. Then I'll be able to see if you are being too aggressive, right? Because there is a balance. Harry, last year your stream win rate was 78%. Now it's 72. Is 2025 a bad year? No, it's just you have to realize when you have so many trades, one loss will reduce your win rate by. And I'll show you how this works, right? So you guys can see this. So this is how it works. It's just how numbers work. So let's say you have a win rate calculator here. Okay. Yeah, this smaller. And I'm going to show you how this works. So we'll put random numbers and then I'll show you. Let's say we have 50 wins and we have 10 losses. Right? So that means we have an 83% win rate. Does everyone see that? Let's have a look just quickly here. I want to keep an eye. Okay. So we have a... Where's my thing go? We have an 83% win rate. If I add now 11 losses, watch my win rate. 81. So I lost almost 2%. If I add 12 losses, 80. If I add 13 losses, now we've gone all the way down to 79. If I add 15 losses, now we're on 76. You know? So let's say in between we took a couple of wins now, right? So I took 15, I was at 10 losses, I took 5 losses and some break evens. But let's say between that, I took a couple of wins. Let's say I took 3 wins. My win rate is still 77. So even though I took 3 wins, now, even if I take the equivalent of wins and losses, so 5 wins, 5 losses, my win rate doesn't go back to 83. My win rate goes back down to 78. So even, remember, we started at 50 and 10, right? So I lost 5, I won 5, but my win rate has still reduced. So even though I can win 5 trades, I'm not back at 83% win rate. So now let's say I win another 5 trades. So now I'm at 60 wins and still 15 losses. My win rate only goes up back to 80, not back to that 83. And then now let's say, now watch what happens when I take 2 losses. So let's say I take 2 losses. My win rate will drop all the way down to 77 again. So you can see how that works, right? And then let's say you take, you know, another win. And then let's say you take maybe another loss. And then maybe after a while, your stats look like 75. You have 75 wins and you have, you know, 23 losses. Maybe something like that. And after that, which is amazing stats, you've won 75 times, you've only lost 23. But your win rate has dropped from 83 to 76. So now do that with the numbers that I have, hundreds of trades, right? So hundreds of trades I have, you can see how it just naturally drops. And if I start winning like crazy, right? And let's say I win another 5 trades in a row and I go to 80, my win rate is still 77. I'm not even back at 80% win rate. Let's say I win 10 trades in a row and now I'm at 85. My win rate is only 78. It increased 5 trades of wins has only increased my win rate by 1%. But if I lose a trade now, it will drop by 1 trade. So I win 5, but I lose 1 trade and I drop by 1% on my win rate. If I lose another trade, I'll drop by 1%. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled and focus on win rate because it will mess up your mind and you'll see that. You have to realize 72% win rate is very strong with the amount of trades. Very strong. All right, let's see what gold wants to do here. 15-minute candle close in 5 minutes here. I'd rather wait for the 15 if I'm being honest. I don't know if I trust one large 5-minute candle like this. Seems pretty impulsive. 1 minute has no pullbacks. I'd be selling the lowest point of the day without a 15-minute close. The last 5 minutes of the 15 can pull back and eat me, you know? So I really want to see a 15 close at least. And then at least I have some sort of confirmation there. So to answer your question, is 2025 a bad year? No, not at all. My performance in 25 is pretty close to 24. I think 24 I was up maybe 3-4%. I think I've had my worst month this year, but my worst month has been like -2%. So I don't really feel like that's a really bad month, and that's a reality of trading. But I've also had this year my best month. So it's like a give and take. It's how life works, right? You must give and then it takes some. It's just how it works, you know? Just look at the chart. We have juicy LTA below. Yeah, we can look at NAS potentially. We have this zone though that we're stuck at. Once we get below, it could be interesting. How do you know if volume is still on the market or it ended? Need to wait. I mean, you can see lower time frame moves slower, but sometimes it might look great and then volume just dies. There's many times where I've traded here live and everything is look good, and then all of a sudden volume will just die. And when that happens, you can't really do much, you know. You just need to trust your stop loss and hope that volume comes in and continues your original plan. Yesterday is the example. If you guys showed up yesterday, I streamed NY session, I took a trade. I think this is really educational for you guys to see. I put it in the journal so you guys can click there. We took a win on US 30. Now we have a 3-trade win streak because I started including NY, and that's my point. I said NY was doing okay. But I want to show you yesterday, there was no volume. Volume looked good. Look at the size of the candles we had. Big candles. And then look what happened when I entered the trade. So I put a sell stop here. I got triggered. We had lower high on lower time frame. And then look at what happened in this trade. I had to hold drawdown for ages. Almost come to stop loss. Then come back in profit again. Then come close to stop loss. Look at this. So I come back in profit again. Then I'm going to go up again back to stop loss, close again. Then I go back in profit again. It was a mess. It was a mess. And this is what happens. But I just had to trust my plan. And I just had to leave stop loss. This is all. Look how much drawdown I had to hold before finally actually extending down and hitting TP, right? So that's the thing. That's the thing. Is look at all this BS I had to hold. So sometimes you just can't avoid it. You just can't avoid it sometimes. Because I didn't expect that. I wanted a straight push, but volume didn't come in and I had to wait. If we look at what happened, my plan was great. Yesterday just continued dumping, right? I had a very good entry at that point. Continued dumping. Then it pulled back deep and then it went for the real push down. This was my entry here. So it actually came back first. Do fresh drawings today. Alright, what do we want to do gold here? So gold now, 5-minute might create a thunderstorm. 15-minute is trying to close bearish here. We'll see. 15-minute will close in 1 minute. If we can get a big top wick, we can maybe run stops here 38 pips. And see if we can get a thunderstorm. It's also a 30-minute close here. Need to see how it all closes though. Last second, if it dumps deep like this, it's not going to give us range. It's not going to give us range. Which is okay, because you know what I like here, which no one is thinking about? Maybe. Some of you guys might be smart and thinking about it. We could be seeing a nice pullback here to continue the sell. So yeah, we've closed deep, no top wick here. You know? So I'm going to be looking for a juicy pullback. Juicy pullback here, and then we can, boom, we can take sells. It's going to be pretty simple, to be honest. If we just dump really heavy today, then maybe we can switch to 1 minute and look for a bit of 1 minute scalps here. If it's going to be one of those days. But there's a lot of levels here. Your stats, let's see your stats. April, you were minus 0.25, perfect. May, you were minus 0.85. June, you were 4% up. July, you were 2% up. August, minus 1%. September, 1.8. October, 3.5. That's amazing, man. I don't think you have any problems there. I think you just need to focus on a few things. But honestly, the way you manage your losing months is great. Because, you know, losing 0.25% in a month is not bad. And especially if you are managing, you know, with a full-time job, I think it's great. You know, if you were doing that on a 100K account, then, you know, you do some damage. That's above 5 figures for the year. That's very, very good. 5 figures for the year. A lot of people don't make that at all in trading, let alone in a year. What did you take here? You took it on this candle here. What did you spot here? Below 10. Ah, you took it there, but you didn't mark your 4-hour support. That's a very important level we have here, the 4-hour support. You want to be very careful, man. You need to mark your 4-hour supports. Don't be lazy with markup, because that could eat you up. This is like a cowboy zone to sell at. Worked out, but could be cowboy zone. Why are we not looking at DAX? Yeah, I just had a look at DAX here, but it's pushing up first, so I'm not really looking at buying it right here, but I could look at selling it if we create resistance. I just took it on 15 closing below. Yeah, but where's your markup? I just took it. It is not a valid trading strategy. You know, you need to make sure, because you're trading in a really cowboy zone here. This is a very complex zone. That's why I just scalped? Yeah, but when you send me a chart for feedback, I am obviously going to pick on the lack of markup, right? Because if you lose a trade and it rejects a level that you have not marked, what am I supposed to tell you? How long have you been trading full time? I've been trading for 5 years. When I actually got profitable was after 2 years of trading. Nice, well done. Appreciate it. Guys, for the stream schedule, I think I'm gonna keep London session in, and we're just gonna, because London session is looking like it's getting better, and I've traded New York. I showed you guys how to, you know, I've shown you guys how to trade a bit of New York here, kind of proven what I wanted to prove. Everyone was kind of telling me, hey man, you're not taking trades in London. And then I show up to New York for 2 sessions. We take 2 trades, 2 wins. So I kind of wanted to show you guys that, but we'll continue to trade New York in the private and stuff. And we'll be here for London to kill it, because London was very good last weekend. The day, can you believe, the day I didn't stream because I was streaming New York, the day I didn't stream, we had a really nice London win. So we just need to stick to London. And also, if it becomes difficult, then I want to show you how to manage difficult conditions, because that's an important thing. I love US30. It's a beast, fun to try and tame. Yeah, it is. My brother became profitable in 3 months. I taught him all the things that I've learned from you and other streamers. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Obviously, when I first started, I didn't have someone to, you know, avoid me from going into the BS. You know, obviously, if I could pick a mentor from the beginning and have someone that I can actually trust and know, would be great. But that's really hard to find when you first start. Really hard to find when you first start. Because when you first start, you know, the algorithm pushes to you. Well, it pushed to me all the lifestyle stuff, you know. $1 million in 10 seconds. It's like, wow, very interesting. And you watch a video, and I don't know, it's just like you're ignorant towards it. I watch a video, and the next week it's like, this strategy made me XYZ money. I'm like, great, that's the strategy I should learn. So I go and I focus on that strategy, and then next week, the same influencer is posting my new strategy that made me X money. And I'm what? But at the time, I'm like, great, new strategy. This is going to make me more money. But now that I look at it, I said, that's stupid, Harry. How can he make a strategy in a week? Like, it takes time, testing. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't happen overnight. All right, so we see gold pushing down here. Let's see if we can capitalize off gold here. If my mouse wants to work. Come on, Mr. Mouse. Don't do me dirty. What would you do if I'm in a trade now and my mouse is not working? This is why you have to have backup on your phone. So 15-minute here, we're continuing down. We made a deeper top wick here. 1 minute, we just created these lower highs. 5-minute looks really bad. Scary stuff we're seeing on 5-minute. Yeah, I think we need some sort of, I was hoping for some sort of structure, you know, and then I can capitalize off this pretty easily. I'm just thinking, what else could I have done here to get in? I don't see anything, not without the 5-minute creating structure. You know, I just don't see anywhere, unless I just FOMO sell the lows somewhere here, just close my eyes and press sell and put stop loss like, I don't know, 40 pips. That would be the only other option. It's interesting, DAX is moving opposite. We didn't see that in the beginning of end of last week. We saw everything move together, and this morning everything dumped together, right? Gold dumped together, US 30 dumped together. Now we're seeing this rebound on stocks. We're seeing all the stocks, and then we're seeing gold dump here. Well, it's not the same dump as we're getting the pump, but look at the way it's respecting levels. Very interesting. London might push heavy pullback. I don't mind a heavy pullback. It's what I actually want. A nice heavy pullback, and then I can trade that. DAX here, this could be a setup here potentially to sell back down if it creates resistance. If not, then it could be a potential buying zone, believe it or not. Above this. It looks at 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour would give us big fat rejection wick, 30-minute break of structure, 15 break of structure. EU sells all week for you? Yeah, I don't really too disagree with your EU sells. It's one of the plans I had as well for EU sells. So this is what I was scared of, this type of pullback here. So it looks like gold was delayed. Look at this pullback. Wow. Anyone who FOMO'd sell, may you rest in peace. May your account survive. Wow. Talk about a pullback. This is a pullback. So I'm really glad I didn't FOMO into anything here and just absolutely, like, this is the worst way to lose. You know, there's different ways to lose. If it like takes time to hit your stop loss, then it loses and it gives you a chance, then that's fine. When it hits your stop loss like this is pure disrespect. So this makes me feel, you know, Makes me feel good when I see this. Otherwise, it's like pure disrespect, right? Imagine the guys who sold here and just get a 130 pip candle through their stop loss. Just, hello, motherfucker. Good night. You know, so be satisfied with your strategy protecting you. It's a very good thing. Guys, let's do the wheel. Alright, alright, alright. We have to check, we have to check. What color today, guys? What color today? Let's go, let's go. What color today? I have a 100% win rate on this, by the way. I have a 100% win rate on this. What color today? Choose your color, choose your color. It's a color. Don't forget about the numbers. Choose the color. If you want to play in more in depth, you choose a color and a number. That's how you test your ultimate luck. Is you choose the color and the number. Both. Color and number. I'm saying blue 5. Blue 5 is what I'm saying. Blue is my color pick and 5. So let's run it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm saying blue 5. Oh, wrong today. I've lost one. Oh, I see some people put red too, man. Some people put red too. Damn. So you guys have to send us the signal today. You have to send us the signal today. Zen, you have to send us signal. We're waiting right now. Send us the signal. Send us the signal. Sir, please buy or seal. Buy or seal. Excuse me. Please do not pop up. 5-minute gold buy. Damn. I was looking more at sells if we create resistance. It's not free. What's not free? One lot trade? Relax, relax. For some reason, this feels like yesterday US 30. This is going to be the same setup. Who remembers yesterday US 30 trade, right? Bearish candle comes here. Then we take the sell. And now we get stuck in range above 4-hour support. And we had a 4-hour support yesterday. So if we do take the sell, it's going to be the same as yesterday. And if we have to get stuck in the same sideways action, I'm going to cry. Because that took ages for it to hit my TP. At least it didn't lose. I wonder how I would have felt after all of that if it lost. Actually, I already accepted it, so I didn't mind. I have doubts regarding S2 or last upstream order? Sure. Sure thing, sure thing. Guys, I'm gonna put a question here, and you guys can reply to this. So I'm gonna ask, what would you like to see more of in my streams, or what brings you to the streams? What would you, you know, what would you like to see? What would something be interesting to you? Why'd you come to the streams? What's something maybe I used to do that you want to see back? Or what do you recommend overall? Money and trades, yeah, that's obviously possibly one, and that's fine, but we want to see what people are saying about it. Setup 5, setup 6 explanation. We can't give everything. Backtesting webinar. We should do a backtesting webinar. Yeah, that's a good one. Everything. Yeah, share your opinions. Want to see if the DAX candle closes bearish here for the open. Missed any questions in that? Hey man, any updates on Pip Labs? Yes, we are in a hard coding mode right now. So what we're doing on Pip Labs is we're working super hard. I've just hired someone to come work with us as well. We're gonna make the platform insane, and then you're gonna hear me talk a lot about it. So I'm really focusing on, here's user feedback, here's what competition is doing, here we got copied, blah blah blah, all of that stuff. And now then we go really hard on making it a platform more than just what more than just a backtesting platform, right? We're even increasing our journaling feature. It's going to be great, so you guys can actually journal your own live trades and do stuff like that, you know. So it's going to be very good. And then you asked if there was any discounts or updates. Yeah, so the updates is what I said. So that's why I've been a bit quiet, because we're going to push hard for next year, and then you're going to hear me loudmouth about it. You're going to hear me loudmouth about it once we put all the improvements. If you're on the platform, you'll notice improvements roll out. Maybe you'll see design changes. You'll see all different type of stuff. And yeah, we found some really interesting stuff. Is the group still open? You want to join? The group, here's the thing. So the group will remain open for like a week more. And then I'm actually going to shut down the group in this way forever. So yeah, that's what's happening in that sense. The group itself won't shut down for everyone who's in and stuff like that. But the way I've had the group, it's going to be fully restructured, and it's going to be a whole different thing. I've really found something that is really key to people's success and stuff, you know. We will be a gated community. You will. So yeah, I guess this week and then next week we shut down. That's it. But streams and stuff, we'll look into that. We need to get stream back. The goal is end of year streams back to 500 viewers. And the way we're going to do that is I'm going to make everyone rich. How does that sound? Everyone happy with that? Good deal? I get nothing, only numbers on a screen, and you guys all get rich. I think that's a deal. I use a $10 account which blows up easily. It's hard to manage. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend using a $10 account. You're better saving your money and just practice on demo. I don't think, I mean, $10 account is not really worth it. Even risking $1 is worth 10% of your account. you know? Start a public transparency account from $1,000 to see what it will be up to in 2027. Problem is I have to focus on that. I have a lot of accounts now I'm working on. Next year I'm coming in hard, guys. I'm coming in super hard. I'm coming in here super hard. I'm expanding my funding. It's going to be insane. So I want to focus on that. Although $1,000 account is great, it just won't pay me, man. It won't pay me. And when I'm managing all the other accounts, it could be... I could try to do a challenge phase, which would be fun. Like do it for a couple of months. If I'm happy with some profits, I'd have to figure out. But yeah, it's something I'd like to do. I used to be in the group, walked away from trading a bit. I'm back now. Would I be able to rejoin if possible? For this week, yes. Then after, no. It's 10,000. Did he write 10,000? No, he wrote 1,000. Unless I'm going absolutely nuts. No, he wrote 1,000. So we see DAX here creating resistance. Open will do, you know, Open might do some business here. Very interesting to see how it is. 30-minute. Yeah, I'm very interested. We also have the same, not same actually. Someone lied to me in chat. Someone said gold creating resistance. Not yet. It's close to though. You're right. I think gold gonna reverse now. Yeah, it would be nice if we could see a bearish candle come though. I really want to see a bearish candle on gold. This previous 30 now is invalidated. We can remove it, get some clarity on the charts again. DAX sell 5-minute candle closes bearish. 5 minutes before the open. I do like the setup, man. I do like the setup. We're back below this range here. It's just, can I trust it before the open? I don't know. That is the only issue I have here. If the open does some business, I'm in trouble. Let's see the top wick. Good top wick. We can maybe try push it before the open. I took the 5-minute setup 5 on DAX, played out. Yeah, you just want to be careful of this previous range here. Sometimes that can bite you. It just comes retest here and then ends up going up. But the idea you have is okay. I don't really mind it too much. Just make sure you have that in your mind, because if it was to lose, that's why it's going to lose. But otherwise, I like the idea, man. I think it was a good shot. Glad you followed your plan through that, but I'm just making you, I also identify what potentially could have gone wrong. Doesn't mean you shouldn't take it. We have not retested anything. Is it fine? Yeah, it's okay in this sense because we're like bearish today. We have retested all of this up here, so it's not retested a resistance, but it's retested previous levels. So I was looking at 5-minute. No, it's all good. Any giveaways? Our giveaway goal is at, we'll do a giveaway at 400 viewers. How does that sound, guys? Is that fair? We'll do a giveaway at 400 viewers. I think that's fair. So yeah, we can do that. Thunderstorm would be pretty cool, huh? Thunderstorm. Right, before this open, I can't take this before the open. It's getting too close. I don't want to be in drawdown and then get my stop loss smacked. Just gonna go toilet and come back. toilet volume. It's been calm. You ever consider trading on any other platforms? Potentially TikTok. I just need to figure out how to set it up. Alright, so potential open trade we have here on DAX, but we need top wick first, right? Let's see how it forms. I need a top wick first. I also don't want it to dump last 1 minute. 30-minute needs to close bearish. No, we could get away without it, because if it closes bearish, then we get very close to this support here. So if it closes like this, then we have the opportunity to break the lows. But we need on the open, we need a good top wick, and then the flip is where we look to execute. And if it dumps last 24 seconds deep, it's going to make it a bit difficult. Quickly, let's have a look at gold, what gold is doing here. So we're trying to create a resistance. Yeah, gold next candle could be nice. If 15-minute closes bearish, I'm interested. Or we get a 5-minute change of structure. Oh, no top wick first. So here we're going up first. A little bit excited. I have my broker looks super weird, guys. So I don't know how I'm gonna take this with this on my broker. But this is a nice top wick it's making. So I guess if it flips and breaks its own low, which is a bit different, could work. Still didn't tap the level here. Anyone have no bottom wick on their broker? Because I have no bottom wick on my broker. Really? Look how mine looks on broker. I have this. So I was expecting, you know, maybe to break the lows here and then continue down bearish. That was kind of my idea so far. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give that a shot once it flips and breaks the lows. I think that could be a good idea. But if the 5-minute close is bullish, it won't be. It will change the plan. I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of indecision here. I'd want it to flip and go soon because I don't want to be on the last end of the candle. 1 minute was looking good, it was creating resistance. That's why I wanted to take this position, but now we're just trying to break the high. So my entry would be basically break of here. This is how it looks on my broker. It'll be somewhere around here. But if the 5-minute close is bullish, it's going to be a different story for me. Because we have a support. So then I want a 5-minute candle close below. So has 2 minutes to maybe flip here. We're going to see. Still respecting. And if this is now what, 1 minute for the 5 minute to close. Yeah, it's an interesting scenario here. I don't know how to quite play this actually, because this could be like a thunder as well. We could flip last 1 minute. We have seen that. Very interesting scenario. But now 1 minute has a high low. I'm just gonna delete my, so I had a sell stop ready, but I'm just gonna delete the sell stop because I don't like how the 1 minute, boom, has the higher lows. And I need to just get some clarity of what she wants to do here. It looks a bit up and down for the time being. I would have expected that 1 minute when I placed the sell stop to just fall. Now it wants to look through that higher low. Now it's trying some upside. And it's not out the question that we head up. It's not out the question. Let's see how gold is doing here. Gold, I want to see it create resistance. That's why I didn't want to sell off without having at least 5 minute change of structure or 50-minute candle bearish. But let's see. What's your advice for traders with low capital? Work on getting a job so you have capital, right? You need something to start, but you can use demo accounts, man, and just try to learn the skill. You won't learn emotion, but you will be able to learn some of the skills. So you'll spend time on, you know, demo accounts, and you can also use simulated accounts. Practice. If you want to add a bit of challenge, do practice prop firms, right? Demo prop firms. Use backtesting simulators to help speed up the process. There's like free trials on, for example, Pip Labs, the one I have and use. You can use that one. And then once you can afford everything, you need to start investing. Because if you don't invest, then you can't do anything. You need to invest something into your trading. You need to invest time, you need to invest a bit of money. It's like a business, you know? I took a sell on gold and hit SL. Yeah, bit early, man. Bit early for that sell. Right? We want minimum 5 minute change of structure minimum, or I want resistance formed, right? That's why I didn't take it. Dollar falls ahead of US job data market talk 20 minutes ago. Yeah, we've been having a lot of that stuff. We could get counter trend buys here on DAX. Not trend, counter bias here. We need some 1 minute structure and we should be good. Keep an eye on that. 50-minute candle closes in 6 minutes. 5 minute candle closes in 1 minute. Yeah, I'd love to see this candle close below and then the next one close above with the 15. And if it doesn't, then we can maybe look to execute on this one above. Just be a little bit more aggressive. If no push, then we leave it. Otherwise, I quite like it. We can use some of this market volume we're getting. And then if it fails, then we've taken liquidity from the top of the range and we can go back to our sell idea. But if it doesn't fail, then we can just follow the momentum. Would you take longs on the 5-minute breakout? Potentially, yeah. We'll see how it closes here, 45 seconds, and then see the bottom wick. It is going to be a bit more aggressive, but I need to see how it closes first. Because, you know, obviously we might just close below and then the next one will close above. So we'll see here, 18 seconds. What would you consider resistance on gold? What are your confirmations? Depends in what context, man. Depends in what context. All right, so we close below here. I'd like to see the next candle close above. Could give me an option. Could give me an option. If we respect the top of the range, then I can even consider sells, but I need to figure out how I want to sell price right now. With a 50-minute candle closing bullish, hard to sell price immediately. Gold here, tap the top of the range as well. Believe it or not, this could also be a sell zone from the top of the range. So let's just see how this all forms. On Dow, we close above the 5-minute range, 1 minute respecting the zones. Yeah, if you trade Dow during, I don't trade Dow during London. I would trade, I think Nasdaq is cleaner than Dow during London. But it looks very similar to everything, right? These look exactly the same. Dow, SPX, Nasdaq, and DAX all moving the same. So they'll all move in the same direction, I feel. So it will make sense, right? So even if you're trading Dow, it will make sense because they'll all move in the same direction. So overall picture, because this is what you guys need to realize for analysis, right? Remember, it's not always about taking trades. You need to be planning for your next trades. So this is something we'll do on streams, and I want you guys to start thinking about is higher time frame. Higher time frame, we've come and we've tapped into this sort of demand zone here, right? We've tapped into this demand zone. We're getting the reaction out of this. So this can lead into what? NY buys. And the way you can execute on your New York session buys is using one of my entry strategies, right? So we will be able to just execute that based off that analysis, that if we can now hold above this 1 hour resistance, this can be a prime buying zone to just retest into, boom, 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 and get buys out of this and retrace some of this move. Now, if we start to create structure and get below it, that's where we can continue the sells and extend the move, right? So this previous 1 hour is going to be such an important zone here to really give us directional bias, you know? It's going to be such an important zone to give us directional bias. Now for London session buys, right now we have the 15 closing above. DAX here did not close above, but if we get a 5-minute close above, it will look nice. This, we have the 15 close above here. Stop loss placement is hard. So the way we can enter this, because we have beautiful 1-minute structure, is if we get a deep bottom wick here. Especially if we retest 1 hour, I would be extremely interested. Then I would be more interested. It's not the worst bottom wick. We could do something with this. Be a bit aggressive, because if it's a breakout, it should break the high and go. So we run bottom wick candle stops and look for break and high and for it to go. Then it has to respect this 1-minute structure. Buys in gold seem a bit early. We're just trying to utilize the session volume would be the plan. I do not like how these candles are getting weaker, is my only concern. Thunderstorm could be an option as well. So what I'm thinking about in my head right now is, do I believe, like I'm trying to make reasons to believe that we have enough volume right now to break this high and give me a bit of a push. Stop loss I can run below current candle. So that's what I'm trying to understand now. Do I think price has that volume in it, or do I think it needs a retracement? The problem is I see arguments from both sides. You know, that's the problem. I see the argument from both sides. I can see, actually, we could end up breaking the high and just not have the volume to continue. Previous 50-minute candle looks overextended. Yep, that is a consideration, but we're trying to analyze, do we just have enough juice to just chug a little bit here? If we see low volume, we can get out with small loss. Yeah, and there's 1-minute structure to do so, right? Anything closing back inside here, like if you go break of high and something closes back here, you can get out with a smaller loss. But I'm actually trying to hold off here and see if we get a thunderstorm. 1 minute, 18 seconds. Thunder would give us more confirmation. Because if this resistance is going to be respected, it's just going to continue down. But if we start to break this high, we could get a bit of a thunder push, you know. So that's kind of what I'm saying in my head and what I would hope for now. I also like if DAX closes above. That's a better buy than gold, if I'm being honest, because we have a lot more solid structure on DAX. Next 5-minute close above. We'll see. So it looks like we're also getting the thunderstorm here on gold. We need a bottom wick. Do I think gold has the juice here? How much would I lose if we break the high? About 10-12 pips I could manage. And what about DAX? Will we get a DAX buy? I prefer the DAX buy. If DAX looks like it's setting up, then that would be better. DAX is also trying. Yeah, let's keep an eye. There could be an option to take a bit of a thunderstorm. Stop loss below current candle low and aggressive and manage aggressively. So that could be an option. Not wrong way around. Like that. We do have the range. This is the power of waiting for bottom wicks, break of highs. It just avoids all of this confusion right now. I don't have to be part of this mess. Especially buying highs. This is like not the best place to buy, but we just have to trade what's in front of us. And if we're seeing it, if it wants to continue down, there's no chance it breaks this high right now. There's just no chance. All it's going to do is it's going to create resistance and then pull back. And then maybe later we try some upside again. But there's a very small chance that we break this high right now and absolutely dump after this downside movement, you know. Yeah, it looks like there's not. I need to see more volume to be able to take this type of setup. I want to see more pressure. I'm not seeing pressure. I'm just seeing slow downside movement. So I'm not satisfied with this. When we take these volume setups, I want to see the volume continue. Not seeing volume continue. I'm just seeing low pressure here. 1 minute's consolidating. DAX, what are we saying on DAX? DAX is buy above, sell below type situation right now. 5-minute closes below here. I wonder if I could sell that. At the same time, I do love if the 5-minute could close above right now. That would be very, very juicy. We just need some volume, some pressure to come into DAX. 1 minute needs to show us, next 1 minute needs to show us some bullish pressure to close above. Can we close above last 8 seconds? I mean, I've seen crazier things. Otherwise, we have to wait for the 30 close, which is not bad because then we'll have a 30 close above. We'll have a 15-minute candle close above. You see that? Then it looks quite good, actually. Then it looks quite good. So I wouldn't mind that, man. I wouldn't mind having the 30 close above, 15 candle close above, and the 5. It would look quite perfect for me. So let's wait 5 more minutes. Hey man, I've been getting notes of pattern in my trade. I don't usually wait for TP. I'm most patient in drawdowns. Quickly take profit. What can I do? Yeah, I just need to trust your plan. Work with others to get confidence. It's a confidence thing. How did you take your NY trades on personal and funded or just the funded account? So when I put a buy stop or sell stop, I'll take it on both. But let's say something moves very fast, I'll prioritize it based on, so I try to mix it a little bit, you know. So let's say I've taken the last, let's say I make 1,000 or 2,000 on my funded, then then the next trade I'll prioritize my personal. You get what I'm saying? So I'll prioritize my personal. And if it's a situation where I can place a buy stop, sell stop, then I get to take them on both. But if it's a situation where it's fast moving, whatever has priority is what I'll take. How to deal with Asian parents? I'm not Asian, so I can't advise you on that. Isn't personal much bigger than the funded? Yeah, I'm risking double on personal, so you do get paid more on personal. But as well, I want to scale the funded as well and see how that works. So you kind of like give-take situation. Plus, my funded is going to be bigger than personal because you have to realize that on funded, you can stack accounts. So individual account, you're making less. But when you're stacking 4 or 5 accounts together, it makes a massive difference. So let's say you make 600 to 1,000 bucks on your one account, but that's copied over 3-4 accounts. Now it makes a difference, right? Not a difference, but then it's worth it. So you're thinking more long term? Always long term. Just think of it of managing risk. Well, I think of it this way. I can mitigate risk because let's say I take on funded account, you make $2,000 on funded account. And then you take a trade on personal account and that trade loses. Then you still haven't lost your funded account. But if you took it on both, then you lost, then you lost both. Right? So you actually protect your capital somehow. Got a man, great learn today, always mark watch levels? Yes. It's important. Gold fake out. Yeah, it's not crazy. The only issue is we don't have that 5 change of structure that we would like to see. You know, this could end up closing above. We'll see. 1 minute here. I don't like the 30 looks good bullish, you know. I see your idea and it was something I was thinking of, but I just don't like how we have this bit of bullish pressure still left. For me, DAX is a bit gone to sleep right now. Also depends on the top wick. If we get a decent, if this closes like this and we get a decent top wick, could be good. DAX sell can trade towards the support. Yeah, issue is like we're just consolidating, so the volume is the issue. Are we gonna get volume right now? What are we gonna do here? We keep rejecting it, you know. It's a bit of sleep on DAX in my opinion. Because just one candle comes here, closes above, boom, beautiful LTA to fill. If you've noticed, we've been doing higher highs and higher lows since the morning. So that's not a good sign, you know. Just all it will take is one candle to come up here. Boom, now we're in a big LTA zone, potentially prime buys. So let's see here on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, 30-minute now is making bottom wick. We want to see top wick first. Top wick first we want to see. We want to see a big top wick now and then flip and break the lows. And we can be aggressive with potential some sells. Yeah, nice. I think I'm going to give this a shot with this type of top wick here. I'm going to be a bit more aggressive. So if it's going to break the low and flip back up, I'm probably going to just get not involved anymore. But I quite like it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. On YouTube, yes. So obviously this would extend our stop loss. If it breaks through these highs, then it's not going to be something we can take, right? It's just going to invalidate the idea. We could go back to our buy idea. Yeah, so that invalidates the idea. Good thing we didn't get triggered. It would be nasty, but that's why we wait for those top wicks. If it wants to be a fake out, it doesn't want to be a fake out. That's why it respected the lows. So it's nice to see. It's how you protect yourself in a trade. We can go back to the buy idea, but we have to wait for the close here. The nice thing is we're getting this candle come through here. This is what's nice. So if we can get the same close on DAX here, I would be potentially interested. I want to see a strong close on DAX. Can we get that? Since we don't have 1 minute structure, I would love to see some sort of 1 minute structure on DAX. Especially with the new open. Waiting saves you on taking bad trades. Yeah, it just gives you the extra confirmation. It's like the missing pieces, right? So if your idea is going to play out, it needs to meet certain criteria. And if that criteria is not met, then there's a probability it fails. You know? Look at the size of this candle here. Hopefully we can get the same volume in the next candle here for DAX. But we need a bottom wick here. Because there's no 1 minute structure at the moment. Let's see, we do need a bottom wick because look, no 1 minute structure this, and we don't have 15 close, we don't have 30 close, so we can't ignore that there's no 1 minute structure. Right? We can't ignore that. And this candle keeps coming bigger and bigger and bigger. It's gonna make it harder. Last 10 seconds, how big will this candle be? We just keep pushing. So that's something we can't avoid here if we just want to keep pushing. What we can do is if it makes a nice deep bottom wick, we can use that tight stop loss. We can really tighten our stop loss here. See how much deeper we can get. See if we can get that 1 minute structure. I mean, you could go aggressive and rely on no 1 minute structure. But then what if it flips to make 1 minute structure? You don't know where it's gonna stop. And then you have to run stop loss all the way down here, which I don't think it's worth it to put 75 point stop loss. Your major problem here is stop loss. Otherwise, we could just ignore no 1 minute structure, put stop loss here for 64, I guess. But do I think we have a 64 point push in one candle? Definitely not. Like, that's a big push. Yeah, it's annoying it's not giving us a stop loss placement. I wish 15 closed above, then we could do something magic with that. Because if you go any aggressive stop, you're like, okay, I'm gonna be break even now. Because if it pulls back, it can pull back heavy to make that structure. So gold, massive candle came through here. 30-minute candle continued. Very interesting move we saw. Check this 1 minute we've had. Similar in the whole market. So there's some big player in the market controlling it, which is scary because the minute he decides to sell these orders, it's coming down fast. Right? It's coming down fast. Yeah, 19 pip push is nice, but where could I have kept stops? What if I just put random stops here? That's still 30 points. I still have some work to do, and that's without 1 minute structure. Yeah, that's just kamikaze. That's just FOMO trading. Put it randomly here, you're asking to get stopped out. So for me here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan for my entries here. So the entries I'm going to plan on is possibly looking for gold pullbacks to continue up bullish. New York could give some very good options, right? We could have pullbacks to continue up bullish. Then on DAX here, same scenario. Same, we're moving all together. So everything is going to be the same and same plan across all. And that's it. That's how it's going to be. So I'm just going to replicate the plan across all. Wait for it. Didn't give me any entry options, which is totally fine here. But I kept safe from entering anything weird that would have maybe caused me to lose. And yeah, you can see what I mean. Remember back here, this is very important lesson, guys. Remember back here when I was looking for the thunderstorm buys? This is why I wanted to take them. Because I wanted to be part of a candle like this. So that's what I was saying in my head. Do we have the volume for a candle like this to come? And we just kind of faded out. And then we didn't get another entry option, which is normal in the markets. You know, yesterday was a positive trading day. Today we're seeing it's not over just yet. We have New York session. We had a very heavy Asian session. So it's totally normal here. We pull up for tomorrow, Wednesday, London session. I'll catch you guys there. Let's kill it. Let's do well. And yeah, with that being said, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace.